What part of your personality do you fake? The part at work. Out of all the younger coworkers it looks as if I'm the only one that has a work persona. This confuses me. Years of working in a toxic environment made me need a workplace persona. Everyone in my age group, mid-20s to early 30s, acts like themselves, and it's incredibly problematic for the team dynamic. To address a younger coworker, yes, the reason so and so has a problem with you and your conflictive personality is that you are yourself and not professional at work. Stop being yourself and act more professional. My goodness. It's like people expect to be happy at work all the time. The real problem is the toxic relationships the lack of professionalism breeds. I have friends at work. I often hang out with them outside of work, but at the end of the day, work is work and that's what I'm there to do. Some people can't see that distinction, and it leads to horrible cliques that just aid people's delusions about their abilities and stops them growing as professionals. Edit. Miss word. Yeah, I saw this in more than one coworker who got fired. There was this lady at my work who wanted it to be a democracy and wanted to be free to point out problems. All fine and dandy, but we are a small place with 20 people, and it's run by one guy who built everything from the ground up, and the initial investment was from his credit cards, and he basically didn't sleep for the first year, building everything by himself. So he's not going to take it easy when someone calls his life's work garbage, especially when that is said casually and with no attempt at finding an alternative. I kept telling her to find ways to make herself useful in working in the current scheme of things instead of complaining about everything constantly. She didn't listen. People were annoyed by her complaining, but what got her fired was she wouldn't get much done and find fault with those who did. If you're doing one of those, don't do the other. I have autism and I'm a very introverted person naturally, so in all honesty, my entire public persona is fake. A very convincing fake that I have developed over many years of therapy with multiple counselors to act like a regular person in public. But nothing I do in public is actually what I feel like. It is all an act based off of logical continuations to previous decisions. Do you ever feel imposter syndrome? Do you reveal your true personality to your close friends? For them it might be different, but I get imposter syndrome a lot, to the point I have learned to work through it. Nobody really knows my true personality except for one or two people. The way I socialize is judging the dynamic and trying to find an opening within the constraints of the group that will feel natural without me forces and likable. Most of the time I'll let an extrovert take the lead, and depending on who I'm with I either am cynical or sympathetic, or comedy relief. Sometimes when the group needs someone more extroverted I will be a lot more joking/teasing with a lot of fake confidence. Although there are about 1 or 2 times I do it. Within the last 1 to 2 years I have started to excel at it. Before that I was more of a loner/weird. I feel like you just described me. I have never been evaluated for autism, and I'm not claiming to have it. But knowing someone else, unfortunately, knows how I feel is comforting. So thank you for sharing. I work in customer service. 90% of my personality is fake at work. I hate this job. I'm going to quit. I hate everyone. Manager walks up. Hey, on top of doing that important task, I need you to also do this other one and really overwork yourself while I go sit in my office and watch YouTube videos. Yeah, I would love to. Anything I can do to help. I work on farm. Sometimes I think my boss wants to quit, but they own the farm. I told my boss I was quitting to become a truck driver. He told me I ain't, because I would know how bad the place would be without me, and I couldn't stand to have that happen. Damn, he knows me better than I think he does. I fake confidence. I have some that I don't fake, but more often than not, I'm faking it. Self-confidence is one of the few areas where fake it till you make it is helpful and accurate. Agreed. After a while, you're no longer faking it, or faking it so well you have tricked yourself, at which point you aren't faking it anymore really, and therefore, if you will, you make it. The part people like. Ripperoni. Rest in pepperoni. Yes chef. I'm a professional. Nope. Under that professional persona there is a load of dick jokes and inappropriate comments. I did this for many years by going by my full name at work and a shortened name outside. Now that I'm not 20 something and soberish, my work and personal personalities are very similar now. Patience. People who see me do stuff always comment how patient I am. Unraveling. Undoing. Starting over. I have no qualms of undoing hours of work only to redo it. Well, I'm undoing it because I was too impatient, so I messed up. My two biggest flaws. Perfectionism and impatience. Not a great pair. That's the pairing from hell, and it gets me daily. My laugh. I laugh at everything. I'm not laughing on the inside. I'm just really bad at thinking of quick responses, so it's easier to respond with a laugh. Jimmy Fallon everybody. I'm an introvert and always have been. But I spent pretty much my whole career in frontline retail. It is actually easier to fake it with random strangers. I feel you. The part where I act like I actually know what I'm doing when I interact with people. The one thing I've learned about social interaction is even the people who seem put together are one unexpected comment away from not knowing what the duck to do at any given moment. So basically, as long as you go in with false confidence, you're already pretty much as good as some of the most well put together people out there. It's common knowledge that no one is really sure about what the duck are they doing. Everyone just tries to make their best guess and move accordingly. Have some confidence in yourself. People think him outgoing and social, but him definitely not. Why even fake that when you don't have to? Hard to make friends watching Netflix with the cat. So the part that cares about other people really. Him trying to do better though. Don't listen to the other person. Plenty of people care, and caring is an important part of experiencing the world. I'm much happier in the times that I care than in the times I don't. Because in the absence of caring, depression comes. It's great that you're trying to care with all the things that happen around us and deaden our senses. Trying is all a person can do. I pretend to be unsure or not quite remember things that I remember 100%. I have a really good memory, especially for conversations and small remarks made almost a year ago. It can get awkward when you know small details about someone because of something they said in passing in 2018, so I pretend not to remember. Figured this out in college. I took a history class my first semester in college and always sat next to the same girl. Generally I listen to people without giving much info about myself, so I knew a lot about her home life and everything. I saw her in a Walmart 2 years later and started asking her about her parents, her sister, and a bunch of other stuff that we had talked about, and she got really weirded out. I'm not even sure she really remembered me. The part where I'm even the least bit interested in other people. I find most people take forever to get to the point or just talk about nothing. I love my friends and family and I wouldn't want them to be hurt, so I just sort of pretend to care. But in reality most people could probably just keep their mouth shut 95% more and nothing would change except my mood. I feel bad even typing that out. But people in general are just ducking, exhausting for the most part. I've realized I feel like this about everyone who isn't in my immediate family. My parents and siblings get to the point, which is how we conversed as I grew up. As an adult, it is irksome to be around people who don't just relay information or their message directly. I can't stand long-winded explanations and conversations. Yes, I think, maybe egotistically, that I'd pick up on things pretty quickly so it doesn't take me the full bout to speech to see where they're headed. When somebody is explaining something to me that I don't quite get, I just say I understand, so that they will stop talking. God, yes. It can backfire though, when you are asked about it afterwards by the person or someone else who was there. I fake happy body language and tonality. Same. It makes getting through work easier, especially under COVID. I thought about it, and it sounds awful to say lol, but interest. I'm good at conversing, doing the listening thing, but behind it all I'm usually thinking about something else entirely. I wish I had this ability. I feel like my life would be better if I could fake interest. I'm terrible at small talk because I simply am not interested in talking with people just out of courtesy and on subjects I'm not really interested in. And when I try to do small talk it feels so unnatural and fake. I'm more comfortable with uncomfortable silence. I think it comes from a lot of practice. I was raised a very shy kid, but I became a bartender and hence being thrust into conversations with so many types of people that it just became easy. I'm also the type of person who indulges people out of courtesy, but mentally I switch off. You'd never know if I didn't like you. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean I'm going to treat you badly. I'm the opposite. I can't fake it. Something always bleeds through. I try to stay away from places where people I don't like will be. Happiness. It's hard to even pretend sometimes. Same. That I'm interested in my co-workers' kids. If they show me a photo I'll say all the right things. But really I don't give a duck. Now show me puppies or kittens. Now you have my genuine interest. Sorry. Best I can do is a sugar glider. That sounds amazing. And this is genuine interest, haha. Being happy. I have a very pessimistic view on almost everything but I don't let it show. Mostly because of the stigma that comes with it. You know the type of people I'm talking about. The look at me, I'm so edgy. Being edgy and cynical is my personality. Types of people. I just see most things how they are. Fucked. Same. I fake almost all of my personality unless I'm with someone I know very well. I do this because I'm autistic. People find my real personality to be insensitive and unempathetic. It is just easier to fake it at first and show my true self as I get to know a person. I've never been diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure I'm mildly autistic as well. Faking empathy is exhausting. How much empathy is too much empathy or too little empathy? I always seem to get it wrong. Can't we just talk about how to solve the issue at hand? Because I do in fact care about you, but am terrible at providing emotional support. I dumb myself down in front of others sometimes, because I know some people take offense when you try to correct them and or it just gets too uncomfortable for me, so I just subside. That's the smart thing to do. The loudest in the room often has the least to tell. Emo. Just about everything positive about me. I fake being tough, because I'm a 6'3", 280 pound softie that doesn't even know how to throw a punch. I fake being happy, because it upsets people when I'm sad. And truthfully the only time I'm not sad is when I'm angry. I fake being friendly, because I naturally look unapproachable and people are intimidated by how big I am. I fake wanting to live, because I'm too much of a coward to die. Oof. I relate too hard to this. Tall unapproachable boys rise up. Sorry to hear, man. This is not a good existence. I don't fake anything. What you see is what you get. That's my man. I'm a lady. My lady then. Being nice. Because I'm really kind of a jerk. Everyone thinks I'm super nice. I don't really go out of my way for people. But I tend to have the luck that I always have something I'm not using, or I'm going the same direction for errands, pre-COVID, and to avoid having people upset at me or complaining to me, I just kind of help them. I give honest compliments when I see stuff I like, or criticism when I'm asked. In the end it helps me, though I never ask for it. They practically force money or food or something into my hands for rides places. It clears up clutter in my home. People think I'm sweet for complimenting their MacUp or helpful for giving advice on life issues. But in all honesty, I literally do it, so no shit gets thrown on my name for bullshit reasons and I don't have to spend the energy defending myself, or blocking people, or doing whatever to keep away from negativity. Unless it's for something or someone I truly care about and wish to help. Most of the stuff I do is to soften my name so no one throws me under the bus. It's worked so far. It also helps when you keep to yourself. Don't make yourself known and you'll never cross their mind. I have social anxiety and as such struggle with those types of confrontations. When caught off guard and my confidence doesn't have time to build. I do genuinely do some things out of the good of my heart though. Mostly for close friends and family. The ducking small talk. It's so ducking draining. Some weather question mark? Oh yeah, the weather. JFC. It's snowing outside, what, no way. Question mark, exclamation mark. Exclamation mark question mark. Why do randos at the store wanna small talk with me? Question mark. I'm just a stranger. Sometimes all I can manage is yep. It's normal human interaction. When I'm at home with my parents I fake out of my personality. That's pretty much everyone. Hey PSSST. Please subscribe and like.